goes to the final genocide boss of Undertale. And another donation here, $75 from Caveman DCJ, who says, greetings from the PlayStation Nation. Longtime runner, first-time watcher here. Shoutouts to Tony and Kane for holding it down while I'm out of town. Hope to see y'all at SGDQ. Donating for Mighty Number 9, Maniac difficulty, because it's an actual incentive, not a file name or meme the animals. He says, I'd really prefer if everyone quietly whispers the word hype. Can we whisper the word hype? That's what it sounds like. So guys, coming up next, we have Intelligent Qube, another PlayStation game. So if PlayStation Nation's watching, they're loving this. We have $75 here from Quitch. Says, thanks to the unsung hero whose name doesn't appear between runs but is keeping us going during the downtime. I think he means me. Also, here's to the coziest couch crew yet. Shoutouts to all hosts, though, that are working here all week long. They all deserve a lot of love. We have a $100 donation here from Help Me Mama. It says, first time donating at AGDQ. Have been watching for years now. Huge thanks to the runners and the staff for doing this wonderful event. Kill the animals. Let's beat cancer. It's not on the screen right this second, but to let you know, Kill the Animals, it's still in the lead. Neuro donates $75, says, in the hospital myself, here's a few bucks, so hopefully you won't be. Neuro adds, hyped for TaskBot time on Sunday. Best wishes, Neuro. We have $5 here from Gulm. Says first time donating to AGDQ, but I've been watching for a couple years. I'm not much for words, just have some money. Ramiran donating $20 says, hello from the UK. I lost 2 grandparents to cancer, which drove me to become a cancer researcher. So I can tell you firsthand what you're doing is important. Putting this towards the Undertale genocide final boss should be a skeleton of fun. Guys, we've got a $1,000 donation just came in from teenagers. Absolutely. Says, I lost my father this April to liver cancer. 3 years of living with cancer and his body just couldn't take it anymore. Watching him slowly get worse and worse had to be the worst thing I could have ever imagined. Every single day is hard, even 9 months later, because I miss him so much. I wouldn't wish cancer upon anyone. Thank you guys so much for this stream. You don't know how much it means to those of us that have lost loved ones to cancer. You guys are heroes. Let's hear it again for teenagers, guys. If you're donating right now, if it's maybe a strange hour for you late at night here, remember there's still a lot of prizes currently available, including the AGDQ banner, spare ribs with a $50 donation, the custom backlit Game Boy, that's with a $15 donation or more, as well as the Big Mama, the PS4 Pro VR bundle with 10 games. Any donation $75 and up, eligible for that prize. We had a donation here from Person, $15. Says, first time donator here. Just want to say I love all the speed runs. It's always fun listening to the commentary from the couch and runners, but all the crazy glitches that go on. Best of luck to all the runners. Zeos Spectre has donated $10 and says, "We love them. We bring them into our homes, we care for them, and we give them big, lavish places to live. How could we turn our backs on them so soon? Save the frames. They did nothing wrong. If the animals were innocent, they wouldn't be in cages." Valerie donated $25, says, "Hello, I have no idea what I'm watching, but my husband left this on, and now he's sleeping, and you're just on in the background. But I hear you're raising money for cancer, so I'll make a donation for my mom. She's currently undergoing treatments for stage 4 breast cancer. And I like animals, so I guess I want them to be saved. Still have no idea what's going on." Well, we appreciate it all the same. Coming up next, of course, Intelligent Qube with Kane. Donation here, $10 from Yaka Bean that says, "Hey Kane, wishing you luck on your run from both the Gigas and myself. Love watching your runs as always. Here's to video games bringing us all together and kicking cancer's butt." $10 here from Pod, who says, "Greetings from the Netherlands. Third time watching, first time donating. Keep up the great work. Let's beat all the records, including the amount of money donated." And we have an anonymous $5 donation here that's saying, "Shout out to the guys in the crowd between games, all 3 of you who stay woke." There are a few more than 3, but we got some dedicated gamers and watchers here. We appreciate everyone watching, not only in person, but out there in Twitch land as well and on YouTube. Rez donated $5 and says, "Working on my dissertation late at night with some great runs in the background. Thank you so much for the entertainment as I continue on tonight." Flarks donated $20 and gives a hearty huzzah to all runners. "As always, it's such a pleasure to watch these games get so thoroughly destroyed. Here's hoping we can reach the Super Metroid rotation and the Star Wars Shadows of the Empire goals." Be another minute or so here, at least until we get started with Intelligent Qube. Just wanted to give a shout out to a sponsor, MagFest, you may be familiar with. They hold video game music concerts all over the USA and soon the world. They hold those events year-round. Their flagship event happens nearby. It's in Washington, D.C. every winter. It's just a relaxing weekend of camping, gaming, and live video game music. Their flagship event pulls in 20,000 people for 4 days of non-stop gaming. and music. Shoutouts to MagFest. Got an anonymous $20 donation here. Says, first time donation. Been watching quite a few GDQ events live and always looked forward to this year. Let's see to it that we get hyped up in helping those in need. Can we hear some hypes or some woos from the crowd? Something? You're still alive, right? Awesome. We want to thank everybody for watching this AGDQ 2017, whether you're here in person or watching on Twitch or YouTube. Guys, we have a donation here in the amount of $8,000. That donation is from Tacoma. And Tacoma says, been watching GDQ for a few years now, always enjoy it thoroughly. My father is currently fighting his myeloma that has reappeared after a couple years long remission. Thank you for all the help you're providing. Kill the animals. That puts Kill the Animals ahead by quite a sizable margin. So we're just about ready to kick it over. It is Intelligent Qube. Kane says he's just about ready. Momentarily, almost there. In the meantime, we do have $20 here from Corrosive Frost. Says, not sure if I can make a lot of donations this year. I've recently lost my job. Haven't found anything new yet, but I can't allow a GDQ to go by without making a donation. So please, take my money. And we had the incentive for Intelligent Qube, which was the character choice to play as Spike the dog. Was there ever any doubt? And we're going to be watching the end cutscene as that incentive was also met. $80 here from Blast Dragon. Says first time donating, 4th year watching. Don't know why it took so long. Kill cancer, save the animals. I think we're ready.
You want me to count down? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and then I'm also hopefully don't need a reset, but stage 1 can suck. So, and it's faster if you got bad enough RNG to reset than it is to finish the stage. I don't know, I'm gonna focus, but if you want to explain how the basic cube colors are.
You got it. So Intelligent Qube, you have 3 kinds of cube. Your basic cube is the color of the stage. It's a plain cube. If it falls off the edge, it counts up, and that little bar in the corner there turns red. If they all turn red, you lose this part of the stage, falls off. Black cubes do that immediately. If you catch a black cube by accident, it'll destroy part of the stage immediately. And the green cube's been captured, put a bomb on the ground, which can be used later on to do a 3x3 bomb hit. But you can't save them, they all go at once. So you have to use them all at once or nothing. And then the 3 types of capture we'll do, I guess, next stage. So we're getting busy.
So basically, you want to spawn the last wave. So there's 4 waves. In top left, it's track 1 through 4. And if you spawn the 4th one, then you can beat the stage. And so everything is just balancing the amount of mistakes you can make and still survive.
All right, things will calm down a bit. So going to the 3 options you have. So first off, there's the basic capture, which is basically the blue square, which allows you to grab the block on that space when you trigger it. Another button does the bomb trigger, so all the bombs you've saved on the ground will go off. The red square is the actual block. So if you have a bomb that's going to hit a forbidden block from the black blocks, you can stop that from happening by putting a red square there. So basically the bombs go off and it ignores that one location.
So to manage stage length, right, we want to spawn the last wave. And so you can gain or lose rows. You gain rows by clearing all white and green blocks, and that's called getting a perfect. And you lose rows by either overflowing the block meter in the bottom right or capturing a black cube. And the block meter gets overflown by letting too many white or green cubes fall off the end. So it's just a giant balancing act.
I mentioned on the SDA commentary, basically it's like a evolved form of Clax. If you go back to the old game Clax, where instead of waiting for the blocks to come to you, you go to them and work on them on the board. Kind of the same mentality where you're balancing sides and you push things back and mess it a bit.
All right, so wave 3, you're gonna hopefully see me sack a bunch, and basically all the stages are pretty long, so I've got a margin that I can just throw away cubes on.
Also, in regards to character choice, they're all the same speed. So if you had the guy, the girl, the dog, they're all the same speed and coverage. So there's no advantage to having a character. It's just the doggy. Oh, look how cute he is.
And then you see me placing and capturing between waves. If it turns red, that means there's not going to be cubes that spawn on it. Otherwise, you're too far forward.
Now tell me a little bit more about the UI. Like up in the right corner it says right now 5 out of 6. What is that actually representing?
So for each of the groups, there's an estimated optimal number of rolls that you can solve it in.
Okay.
It's more score-oriented, but since we're going for speed, it's basically irrelevant.
Sure.
Yeah, once you capture a block or activate something, it'll start counting down every turn. We'll add 1 to that top number. So you can let it come to you for 0, 0, 0. Once you do something to it, it starts counting up how many tries you've done.
They tried to make it where the optimal solve is like actually optimal, but there's a whole bunch of capture techniques that I'm using that let you get way under the estimate in some cases. Except for one. There's one group that with all of the swag tech that you can do in this game, you can only get the optimal solve. So.
You see, the stages go on. You get wider squares. Now you have 5 in a row instead of 4 in a row.
Now on the top left, you've got 2 of the blocks phased in blue right now. Is that representing health for him right now?
Those are the waves of the stage already.
Those are the waves of the thing. All right.
Right, so obviously you start with the first blue one.
Sure.
You get the 4th
Move
one.
further and further into it.
You know how far along you are in the stage.
For anyone wondering, Spike has no understanding of how this game works.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm dumb guy on the couch helping out.
But
And I'm doing a lovely job so far, so.
I expect that there's a fair number of people that are of equal knowledgeability in this game.
The game is really big in Japan and Europe, not so much in the U.S. There are sequels out there in Japan, but the U.S. kind of saw it and said, cute, and moved on to play Tomb Raider.
We had our priorities.
Okay, so Sakir.
You'll see the again thing. If you trigger it that way, it'll get the same pattern exactly for the next set of blocks moving forward. So you can see what's coming
Sure.
at the small cost of, all those blocks falling off.
Another thing that you've probably seen me do a fair bit is called multi-capping. I changed my controller setting earlier on before we started the run, and that made it a heck of a lot easier. It's not actually the proper controller setting for the speed run, but I more do high score of this, and it's really good for high score. So, but obviously speedrun marathon.
Another point is the stage dissolves gradually. So kind of like Earthbound's rolling health. You're going to have problems if you stay there for another 2 or 3 seconds, but it's going piece by piece as you go forward. So you have time to do some work on the blocks and get ahead of it.
Now, do you have specific strategies you look for whenever you see a block cane?
There's
Kind of, I'm sure, various
there's strategies,
all over the place.
but the patterns are random. Like
Mhm.
they're all pre-configured in that this, whatever size this is 5 by something, and there's 200 patterns that could appear for this particular size.
Ah, okay.
But other than that, you don't really know what you're gonna see.
In fact, he's worried about 7 as being the hardest stage, because 7 can do you an unbeatable pattern.
Yeah, they give you like a 21 row estimate when you've got 10 rows. So it's bad.
On a side note, I'd like to say this music is dope.
The music is solid.
Mhm.
We had a $75 donation just came in from Myron saying, I'm gladly donating my money to this. Lost my mom to cancer. Here's what I can give. Love the speed runs. Watching at school from
That's
Norway. Good morning, Norway.
The other button, actually on the controls that we haven't touched really yet, is the, we see it now, the speed up button, which basically flips the blocks as fast as possible.
And note, we're on difficulty 4, so it's already moving twice as fast. But it, when you speed it up, it moves double on top of that.
If I recall, I think it's every 8 frames.
That's something.
And we had a donation here from $200 from Wicker Wheelchair. No message. Thank you, Wicker Wheelchair.
I'd also like to thank all the donators for donating for Spike to win this. This dog is adorable.
That was a good pattern.
Yeah. What else there? There's also options in the menus to change your block colors, like color schemes, and some make the game rather unplayable.
Yeah, all of the texture packs have garbage textures. I'm just using default because it's only got one that's bad. Some of them have this black texture that like basically changes the white cubes to the same color as the black cubes, which is pretty useless if you ask me, but oh, shoot, we'll do it anyways. So right here, cool tech, the blue tile protected the black cube. It's one of the more subtle advanced techs that you can do in this game to make things a little bit more complicated, but in some cases good.
Again, because all the bombs go off at once. So if a block's not protected, you hit the bomb button by accident and hit 2 or 3 black blocks without thinking about it, you can end your stage up pretty bad.
Probably should have gotten squished there, honestly. Again, getting squished causes you to repeat the patterns. So if you see a good one, you might want to save it. Screw this. Stage 5 has a pretty generous margin of error, so ooh, this could be a really cool thing. So here's a good example of blue block being very advantageous.
So again, the game's very simple in concept. Only 3 kinds of blocks, 3 buttons to press, basically. But obviously nearly infinite patterns, and basically you have to react to it. Like knowing the game is fine, but you still have to see it and do the game. You can't just do it blind or do it on whim.
It's also worth noting that before this, there are 5 different. Is it difficulties or just speeds? That
It
this plays
speeds it up. We're on the fastest speed.
Yeah, there's between 0 and 4, and I believe default is 2. I want to
0.
say it's actually 0.
0 is default. Yeah.
So a lot of people who have played this are probably only familiar with that speed.
Also, speed 0 doesn't get the ending cutscene.
Which
you
you
only
guys
get it on
donated
4.
Mhm.
So most people haven't seen it. Because I remapped my controls, accelerate and the cutscene skip are on the same button. So it gets a little annoying at the end, but what do?
Seraphim Mist donates $15, says, glad I got up at 3 this morning to watch this odd game. It seems to be confusing all of Twitch chat. They also say, donation goes to Spike Vegeta's Choice.
Oh, baby.
There you go.
What's the next one we got coming up?
Do the same thing as me. I
Oh.
did currency name for RTA.
Yeah, we got RTA coming up. 3 different incentives for that. Currency name, character name, and car color, I believe.
Oh, okay. Whatever Kane's choice was there. What was it again? Let's remind
Currency name as Du Hast.
Du Hast. You got it.
There you go.
Put it right there.
Oops,
we'll do this.
So yeah, you move the same speed. So on the 4x4 grid, not so scary. You're trying to deal with 6 rolls of blocks to match at the same time, or 7 later on. Basically, you have to plan ahead, very far ahead.
Yeah.
You see there where you actually had to make a path to get away from the blocks, otherwise you get smashed anyway.
Coming up next, we're about to hit level 7, and Kane, you said that is potentially the hardest level in the entire run.
It is the hardest.
It is the hardest.
Yeah.
Before we get there, is there any particular reason why you dread it the most?
You can get unsolvable patterns. Basically, you can get like a 21, 22, or even higher. And you have 2 rows of error. Oh well. So that means you have to play it really safe. And if you get bad luck, you know, you get bad luck.
Before World
Oops.
7 begins, we have $5 here from Super Kel. Says, hey Kane, it's your old pal Kel from the Rayman scene. Great to see you participate in such a great cause. Good luck with the run, and of course, kill the animals.
Thank you, thank you. All right, same pattern. It's random what patterns you get, but sometimes you get repeats.
And like you said, there's about 200 different patterns for each of these, so pretty rare to see that, I guess. More
It's
often than you'd think.
uncommon, but you do it enough that, you know, you're bound to see repeats.
Time to play lottery.
Also, there's a 33% chance of them being, or 30% chance of them being flipped horizontally, but
Best of luck.
Yep.
oh, frig. That's not good. One thing to note, you might see me do multi-caps like that, where it's really not faster to have done them, but it groups 2 captures on a single roll, which just stops the blocks less. So it's a small optimization, but it's faster. All right, so I'm gonna grab a perfect here. Oh, or not. Actually, we will. Just to make up for the row that I lost. And that's because I've got 2 rows of, 2 extra rows, which is really tight in terms of mistakes. And so, you know, if I already made 1 mistake, might as well grab what I can. I'll take that. So in an actual speed run, like not marathon setting, you would not be getting perfects. You'd just be like, oh frick, oh my gosh. All right, it's okay. Just not gonna sack. But yeah, you wouldn't be getting perfects here. You would just hope for good luck and hold accelerate, which makes runs not finish very often, but so since I made that mistake, I'm not gonna do the sack here that I would normally do. This is a terrible pattern. Okay, I'm gonna blue block. Oh. Missed. that was really
Ooh.
garbage RNG.
Yep.
All right, so I made it. Yeah, I still only had 3 rows to spare despite not even throwing away a group there. So I made it.
Oof. There we go.
I suppose one of the big things that we haven't mentioned is the number of groups per wave is different from stage to stage. So stage 7 has 3, while here we only have 2, which makes this a lot easier despite the puzzles being bigger. Actually, they're the same size, I think, but that's not important. So I've got like 10 extra rows instead of 2.
Yeah, the margin for error here is much larger. Also, you just let blocks go past you and just speed them through and be done with it.
We had a donation here of $5 from Sleep Mode saying, had to donate during the run of the best puzzle game on the PlayStation. Enjoyed this game a ton as a kid and still do today. You missed a couple of blocks though. Money goes to Kane's choice because he has excellent taste in puzzle games.
Yeah, out of curiosity, Kane, do you, obviously we see you're doing speed runs here. Do you ever go for score runs of this?
Yeah, so I normally do score runs of this. I'm okay. Oh, that was a mistake.
My fault.
The world record holder in this is like 3 minutes faster than me, but I've got 300,000 points higher high score than him. So.
Oh, all right. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I'm only 30,000 points off the task, so that's cool.
Wow. This ever get any PlayStation Network love?
I don't know, actually.
I don't think so, honestly.
All right. As I said, there's a lot of extra rows here. Oh, that was not quite right.
$50 here from SMBSV says, loving this run. I'm not confused at all. I can't see why this is confusing, chat. Have, and I quote, the guy with the fro on the couch decide where this money goes.
Thanks, that guy.
And by the
Dude,
way,
he knows who you are.
the
It's the best part.
The game is on the PlayStation Network. Our research team just came back with the answer, but only in Japan and Europe. So if anyone wants to pick it up in those regions,
Ooh, all right.
they can go for it.
Again, it was
Like-
a really big hit in Japan and Europe. And Europe's called Kurushi, which is kind of just what it does to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So final stage is up next. There's only 1 group per wave. And we have 14 extra rows. So
Gonna be huge.
It's
Oh,
big,
wow.
but it's not really
it's
hard.
not the most threatening thing.
Yeah.
Just throw a bunch away. The nice thing about the dog compared to the other characters is that, like, he sits. He actually has
Optimal
animations
character.
that the rest of them don't. So that's cool.
Can you do more than sit?
You'll see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sit, stay, destroy blocks, run for it.
Good job, Spike.
Oops. All right, so we made it to the end. I'm going to select the last group, and time ends when the clear is called, which basically the idea there is that you can actually like capture black cubes in such a manner that you lose the stage after you've let it pass. But yeah, that's not going to happen here. So, time. So, this game does have a cutscene that is only available on Speed 4 when you clear it. So, we're going to watch that. It's interesting.
You thought you were confused before. Just wait.
Spike, no.
Something has been observing our Earth, watching our behavior, our every move. But we have proven we have the technology to confront them face to face in a simulation of their choosing. Our task was neither to expose or destroy them, merely to match our intelligence with theirs. This we have achieved.
It's so good.
Beginning of you.
Who's a good
Dude,
boy?
nice. You did.
Who's a good boy?
So, everything makes sense now?
Right.
All right. So, at the end of the run, we can get a score cap at the end, see what my IQ is.
I've always wanted to know this.
Wait for it.
IQ 262.
Hey, smart.
That's pretty good.
You're pretty smart. Nice. Yeah, let's clap for that. That's pretty smart.
It's like 10th place on my leaderboard. But that's IQ. That's all we got. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks, Spike and Seawolf. Also, shout-outs to Adrian, a.k.a. Addy1. He's the world record holder for this. If you thought this was confusing, watch his record run. He holds accelerate the whole time, and it's just obscene. But, yeah, that's going to be all for me. So,
Cool.
Great. Let's hear it again for Kane. And some nice parting news for Kane is the decision for runner's choice, which was Du Hast. Du Hast looking real good now on the road trip adventure incentive. It is getting there. We have a donation here of $75 for Lot E, who says, got up early to watch one of my favorite childhood games be beaten so skillfully. Keep up the good work and get those perfects. Donation going to runner's choice. We also had a $50 anonymous donation in there. It says, I have no clue what I'm watching, but at least there's a Qube